Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this Southgate series of rhododendrons from the Southern Living Plant Collection. Absolutely beautiful, evergreen, compact growing rhododendrons that are more heat tolerant. That was what they were bred for, is to be able to grow further into the south. They're still just as cold hardy as traditional rhododendrons, so anybody watching me that's in colder areas where rhododendrons grow work just as well, but these will actually grow down into zone 8 and 9 and still perform well. Rhododendrons like well-drained soil, so it can be an issue. It's amazing because rhododendrons just grow wild in the woods and the mountains in North Carolina, in my state, and it rains constantly on them, but they're on a slope, and so it allows that water to drain away between rains. We take them down into flat areas of North Carolina, and we tend to have issues with root rot on them, with loving them to death. So if you have clay soils like I do, I just mound them up. They will at least they'll tolerate the heat. So if I can take care of not then overwatering them, these are great choices. You're seeing as I'm talking about them all the varieties that are in this series so far, and they're really, really beautiful. I love the compact habit. They're budded up like crazy. They'll bloom in mid to late spring, just like other rhododendron varieties, and you can't really tell a difference other than we can take them further into southern areas. I'm going to give you a close-up of a few of these varieties. So the one I was holding is called Radiance. You can see where the buds are all over it. These are going to be part shade or shade plants, especially in zone 8 and 9. As you get up into 6 and 7 into colder areas, they will take a bit more sun. This one down here below my feet is called Breeze. You can see just a really nice compact habit, dark green foliage, everything you like about a rhododendron. These are more compact. They were bred to be more compact and more heat tolerant. This one is called BRANDIT. It's a really nice group of these, all budded up for spring flowering. Rhododendrons are great at attracting pollinators to the garden. And again, these are very pest resistant and disease resistant. But again, if you're in any kind of flat space and you're planting a rhododendron, just keep in mind we do want to mound them up. Moist, well-drained soil is the key. So I can't wait to try this Southgate series of rhododendrons from the Southern Living Plant Collection in my own yard. I think I'm going to take a couple of these home with me and get them in the ground at my house. So that was shot in South Alabama a couple of months ago, and now I'm back at my house. And I'm going to plant one of these Southgate Grace and 2 Southgate Breeze in this corner right here. Both are white with a little bit of pink mixed in with them. They should look great together. And I'm just going to show you one. This area back here is in a low spot actually, where the water kind of drops to here, and then it kind of slows down because of my neighbor's driveway right here. Kind of slows the water down. So I want to be especially careful in this space in how high I plant this. But I'm going to pull my mulch back, which is actually very thick for whatever reason here. Probably washed down here, all the rain we've had recently. But I'm really not going to do a whole lot of digging, really. I'm loosening the soil up under it. Easy digging in this area. But I'm only going to take a little bit of soil out of this hole. This is a 2-gallon container right here. Really nice plant. These aren't really root bound at all, so I really don't need to break anything up there. I'm going to set them in place, and that's a full probably 2 inches above that original grade right there, and I like that. That's what I'm going to go with. I've got some pine bark soil conditioner right here that I'm going to blend into this clay sand mix that I had in this area. This is what these were grown in. It's kind of a mix of bark and sand, aged bark and sand. Break up that soil that I pulled out of the hole, and then come back in here and tamp it down well. My tag out of the way. Okay, This soil's not even going to cover this entire root ball here. I've got it really nice and high above the grade, and I'd recommend anybody planting these do something similar to this. And then I'm going to use my mulch and a lot of leaves over here from this past season, and I'm going to pull it up to actually cover the rest of that root ball around the edge, just like that. Tamp that down as well. And that's actually perfect. Most of the roots will be up in the top 2 or 3 inches, and it'll spread through most of this mulch and leaf debris and litter that I have back here, which is about 2.5 inches, have built up over the last 20 years. So that's how I'm doing it. It's half of that plant sticking out of the ground. Use some pine bark soil conditioner. You could use a chunky compost, would be fine if that's what's available to you. And leave them up nice and high. Pull your mulch up to the edge of it. Water them in well. These can be pruned after they flower in the spring. Do not prune them in the wintertime. The flower buds are on them right now. They'll open in the late spring. You can do a little bit of pruning after that. They're pretty self-maintaining. I don't think you'll have to do a lot of pruning regardless. It's near the end of February. I fertilize everything in my yard right around the 1st of March. That video will be up in about a week of fertilizing everything, and these will get fertilized at that time. These definitely are acid-loving plants, so my pH is plenty low in this yard. I don't need to use a fertilizer for acid-loving plants, but if your pH is closer to neutral, I would recommend using something Hollytone or some sort of a acidifying fertilizer. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to get these other 2 in the ground the exact same way, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future content.